how many people here are divers? Anybody in the room? Woo, there you are. Few and far between, but they're there. So this is for you and many other people here in Florida. So we decided to come up with FishList. Our team here has been working amazingly. We've got our full stack devs, John and Tanner, Bryan in the back getting us our mobile. Our UI has been done with Oksana, who's been amazing. So one of the things that we're doing here is just trying to, like, when you're on dives, things that people end up with, like problems you run across, like lots of different types of fish. You're not really sure what you've seen, and there's so many different resources out there to try to like figure out what it is that you saw, or like, because it's usually something like along lines of, these are all the fish in North America, not at my specific dive location. As far as like customer basis goes, we have like 2.5 million scuba divers in the US. Here in Florida, it's actually the #2 dive location in the United States with over 300,000 scuba divers here in Florida, and many more people coming to Florida specifically to dive at all of our locations. And one of the things that attributes to all of this is that when you can dive in a single coral reef, even here in Florida, you can come into contact with over 4,000 different species of fish, which is an obnoxious amount of fish to try to remember, so nobody should be trying to remember that. But that's why we have resources like FishList, where you can actually go on and see what fish you might have seen at your dive location. So to kind of give you an idea of what it would look like, as a diver, we came up with this persona of Sarah, our avid diver who loves to go explore underwater worlds and see like what kind of new fish you can find. And we're gonna demo this a little bit with Bryan.
Hey, afternoon, everybody. Thank you, there we go. All right, so this is the application here. This is my first time in Florida, and doing data, I had to learn a lot about diving. So here we're gonna go into the dive section. And from here, let's do the ugly path first. Let's go to a county that doesn't have any dive sites whatsoever. Someone tells me Hillsborough. Hillsborough in the house? Hillsborough's not in the house, good. So here we go to dive, and here's our totally not ChatGPT message about having nothing there. But then we can go to another place called Pinellas. There we go. Oh, Pinellas is in the house. I heard a few mm-hms already. So let's go to search here. And here, let's check out Sheridan Wreck. Now, with this list, we will have a list of fish that you have seen and not seen. And this is marked by the icons next to the names. So we have the regular names for the fish, the more common ones, full descriptions, and their scientific names. So this is a large page of different fishes, fishes. Okay, I'm not even gonna play with that pluralization. So next we're gonna go back and let's talk about the other parts of FishList for our seen and unseen fish. This is essentially our Pokedex for fish that we wanna see here in the specific counties. And after that, we can go back and we go back to our diving experience. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
So just to give you an idea, we weren't able to totally wrap up our UI, but we wanted to show it off a little bit. So once we actually get through finishing the development of, this is what we would like our fish list, our final fish list to look like. And basically what we're looking to do here is just kind of like, there's lots of bird spotter apps or bird watcher apps or whatever, but not a lot of people are focusing on fish, and I don't really know why. I think it's amazing. So this is kind of provides that platform that not a lot of people have. It's supposed to provide a kind of a dive tracking tool, so when you're going out diving at different locations, this is kind of something that you could use to say, hey, I was here at this dive site, I saw these fish, and you can even think about planning dives, say like, these are the fish that I want to see one day, and these are the dive locations I could go to. So, and not only that, you know, it provides an education platform because you can read about the different fish that you see, and then divers are like one of the biggest proponents for ecotourism that there is out there, and this is one of the ways that we would be supporting them in that effort. A little bit about our tech stack. We got a lot of backend in Nest.js, sorry, and Node. We've got our database built up in Postgres, Docker, front end with React, and Vite, yeah, thank you. And Oh yeah, and Flutter. Yep, because we're multi. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
Gang-
Wrapping it up.
Thanks, gang. We'll pass it over to the judges for some questions.
So where do you get the data for this fish? And the second thing is, if this becomes a company, how would you make money?
So the data kind of comes from, we did a lot of web scraping and pulled some data from a couple different websites like FishBase. Created our own databases with a lot of that information using those methods. And then you would just expand on that because there's lots of different APIs out there that have tons of fish data. It's amazing. As far as making money on it, I mean, you could monetize this by trying to promote this is what this slide was for. You know, in Florida, we're a huge population of divers, but if we can build up our database to incorporate more dive locations throughout the world, you can really hit up to 6 million divers that are located around the world, which would be fantastic.
Thank you.
Will I be able to take pictures of these fish with my iPhone and ruin it underwater?
Absolutely, you could.
And log it in the app. Awesome.
Any other judge questions? Joey.
Is there a what is this fish feature? Where you can just, if you happen to have your if you've got an underwater shell around your iPhone, yeah, you take a picture of a fish, yeah.
Not at this time, but that would be a great feature to add. I mean, with the use of LLMs to match things, I don't see why incorporating something like that wouldn't just help the app popularity-wise and user-wise.
All right, cool.
Awesome. We all set here? Great. Thank you guys
Thank you.
so much.